Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Andy from Talking Flight Monitor. And in this video we are going to be talking about the clipboard and checklist editor. So without further ado,
Desktop 1. Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Get over here.
Blank.
And
TFM. Release. 36.
Start TFM.
GSX connected flight monitor window.
Now the first thing that you'll probably want to do is go and
TFM collapsed Alt plus T105.
Check out the clipboard. So we will go to TFM's main menu.
Expand. Choose aircraft. Expand. 777.
Choose the
Talking flight monitor window. Talking flight monitor.
In this particular case,
TFM collapsed Alt plus T106.
We will go to
TFD 113. Com radios tab control. Com 1 view closed. TFM collapsed Alt plus
we'll
TFD 1 electronic clipboard window.
Electronic clipboard.
Filter by aircraft type combo box all collapsed A. Checklist phases and pages preview F3. TFM collapsed Alt plus T106. Checklist phases and pages. Restore default PM. Open checklist folder button F. Refresh checklist button. Enable control manipulation. Enable auto check checkbox check K. Reset checklist button R.
And we'll go through all of
Select checklist combo box collapsed F2. PMDG 777 default. PMDG 777. Pre-flight. Gate. 8 pages. 207. Filter by aircraft. Enable auto check checkbox check K. Checklist phases and pages preview. Pre-flight.
So in this clipboard, we have a lot of controls. The main ones are
select checklist combo box PMDG 700.
F2 to choose the checklist you want to use.
Reset checklist button R.
The reset checklist button.
Enable auto check checkbox check K.
The auto check
Enable control manipulation checkbox check M.
The control manipulation checkbox.
Refresh checklist button F.
You can refresh.
Open checklist folder button F.
Open the checklist folder.
Restore default PMDG checklist button D.
Restore PMDG default checklist. So we want to say thanks to PMDG for providing the default aircraft checklist. Without it, we would not be where we're at right now in some senses. But this button will reset that and give it back to you in the event that you happen to accidentally delete it or mess it up somehow.
Refresh checklist button F. Open checklist folder but restore default PMD checklist phases and pages preview. Pre-flight. Enable auto check checkbox.
Enable auto check. So what this basically does is these checklists will keep track of the current state and the expected state. When you create your own checklist, not on the default PMDG checklist, but when you create your own, which we'll cover in a little bit, this will check the aircraft state as you switch pages and make sure that the items that are complete are marked as
enable
complete.
Control manipulation check.
For an example, if your expected battery state is supposed to be on and it's already on, then that will automatically set it to complete. Otherwise, it'll be incomplete.
Enable auto check checkbox check. Enable control manipulation checkbox check.
Control manipulation, this is a little confusing for a lot of people. So, if you have, for an example, the battery control and its expected state is on, but it's currently off, you can press enter or space on the battery in the checklist and it will turn itself on. And then you can move to the next item in the list.
Refresh checklist button F. Open checklist folder button F. Refresh checklist button F.
Refresh checklist basically just refreshes it to make sure the current states are the way they're supposed to.
Open checklist folder button F.
Open the checklist folder, takes you to where they're saved.
Restore default PMDG checklist button D.
Again, like I said, that will restore the default checklist in the event you lose it.
Checklist phases and pages preview. Pre-flight.
Right, so the three main controls.
Select checklist combo.
Select the checklist, which is F2.
Checklist phases and pages preview.
The tree view with the checklist phases and pages. So for an example.
Pre-flight. Gate. 8
on
expanded. Collapsed.
this default PMDG
Pre-flight.
checklist.
Taxi out. 2 pages. Pre-flight. Gate. 8 pages. 217 items. Select a page to view checklist items. Pre-flight. Taxi out. 2 pages. 11 items. Select a
We
page to
have
view
these
checklist items.
phases.
Pre-flight. Runway. 1 pages. 1 items. Select a page. Flight. Cruise. 1 pages. 2 items. Select a flight. Descent. 1 pages. 5 items. Landing. Approach. 1 pages. 1 items. Landing. Touchdown. 1 pages. 3 items. Landing. Taxi in. 1 pages. 7 items. Landing. At gate. 5 pages. 32 items.
And so each one of these
Pre-flight. At gate. 8 pages.
Phases gives you a summary of what's inside.
Expanded.
So we can expand it.
Electrical power up. 14 items. Level 2 electrical power up 1 of 8.
All right. Now these are the pages that are inside.
Preliminary
so the pages,
electrical power up. 4 checklist items data grid. Incomplete.
If you
Battery
press
switch. Current
F4,
state. Off date item 1 of 14. Status incomplete row 1 status column 1.
It's a grid.
Item battery switch item status incomplete item battery switch item column 2. Expected state unexpected state column 3. Current state off current state column 4. Complete. C1 and C2 primary pump switches. Item C1 and C2 primary pump switches item column 2. Expected state off expected state column 3. Current state N/A current state column 4.
And you cannot interact with these default PMDG checklist.
View.
So if we close that, that's summary.
TFM collapsed alt plus T1 of 6.
So
Airports database A1 of 9.
Let's go to TFM main menu. Go to tools.
Checklist editor. Untitled window.
Go to
checklist properties.
editor.
Step 1. Grouping. Name.
All right. So this checklist editor will help you create your checklist. First thing first, we have to
New checklist.
give it a name.
New checklist selected.
So let's
CESTCHECKLIST.
call it test checklist.
Aircraft type. Combo box PMDG 777 collapse day. PMDG 737.
The 37,
PMDG 777.
77. Make sure that you do choose one or the other because it's critical later on. So
PMDG 777.
77
is default checklist checkbox not checked D.
Is default checklist. So when you open the clipboard editor, this will be the checklist that will appear first and open up by default, or it will not.
Checked.
Let's check that for yes.
Checklist structure tree view. Level 1 test checklist 1 of 1.
Right, so we have a tree view that has the checklist structure. So this is updated whenever you do something. So we need to insert a phase. So let's do Control Shift.
Phase properties grouping. ID. Edit I phase C79136 EC.
All right, so
display name. Edit D. ID. Edit I phase C.
The ID, you can do whatever you want. It's just an internal name. I leave it the way it's
display
generated.
Name. Edit D new phase.
All right, so name.
Land.
This is the display name that will show up in the tree view.
PREFLIGHT.
Let's call it pre-flight.
Checklist structure tree view. Level 2 pre-flight new phase 1 of 1.
Whoops.
Phase display name. Edit D pre-flight new phase
Let's
selected.
fix that.
PREFLIGHT.
All right, there we
Check
go.
display name. Edit D checklist structure tree view. Pre-flight 1 of 1 level 2.
There we go. Now there is our phase. Now we need to add a page, so we'll do Control Shift G.
Page properties grouping. ID. Edit I page B851 E606.
Again, the ID, you can do what you want, but I leave it as it is.
Title. Edit T new page. New page selected.
Let's call this
LECTRU.
Whoops.
UIRTCEL. ELECTRICAL. POEERUP.
Electrical power up.
Checklist structure tree view. Level 3 electrical power up 1 of 1.
So there is our new page.
Level 2 pre-flight expanded 1 of 1.
New phase.
Level 3 electrical power up 1 of 1.
New page. Now we're going to create an item. We'll put 2 or 3
level
of
2
them
level 3 electric
just for the sake of showing
level,
it off.
Level 3 electrical power up 1 of 1.
So on this, you need to make sure you're in the
level
tree
3
view
electrical power up 1 of 1.
and have your page highlighted. And we will do Control Shift
Item
I.
properties grouping. Subject. Edit as new item.
So
expectation.
Subject.
Subject. Edit as new item.
That is the name of the control.
Expectation. Edit complete.
Expectation.
Control. Edit read only C. No control assigned.
Control is no control assigned.
Browse controls button B.
So this is where the cool stuff comes in. We'll press browse.
Control picker. PMDG 777 dialog. Search for controls, edit blank. New.
All right. Now we need a battery, right? So we'll type in
ATT.
BATT.
Clear search button. Available controls, data grid.
Press tab.
Data item selected 1 of 1. Name battery row 1, name column 1.
And there
Type
is
binary, type column 2.
the battery.
Category overhead panel, category column 3. Subcategory electrical, subcategory column 4. Description toggle battery on / off, description column 5.
All right.
Select control button, carrot
So
return.
we'll select
Checklist editor, untitled star window. Item properties grouping. Browse controls button B. Checklist
Now,
structure tree view. Level 1 test checklist expanded 1 of 1. Level 2 pre-flight expanded 1 of 1.
There's our new item in the tree view.
Level 2 pre-flight expanded 1 of 1. Level 3, level 4 battery on 1 of 1.
Right there.
Item
All
properties
right.
grouping. ID. Edit subject. Edit S battery.
So the subject, all that gets filled in.
Combo box on collapse D.
So expectation, you can
Off.
choose
On
or off. Say for an example, in the battery, this expected state will change depending on what control you're adding.
Control. Edit read only C toggle battery.
There's the
Browse
battery.
controls button. Checklist structure tree view. Battery on 1 of 1 level 4. Level 3 electrical power
Let's
up
go
expanded
up
1 of
to
1.
our page and press Control
Item properties
Shift I
grouping.
to add
Subject.
a new one.
Edit S new item.
All right, now we need ground power.
GROUND-POWER.
So we'll type in ground power.
Expectation. Control. Edit read only C. Check item properties grouping. ID. Edit read only C.
Let's
Control picker. PMDG 777 dialog. Search for controls, edit blank.
All right. Now we'll type in ground power.
Clear search button. Available controls, data grid. Data item selected 1 of 3. Name ground power test row 1, name column 1.
There's a ground power test. No.
Data item selected 2 of 3. Name primary ground power row 2.
Okay, there's primary ground
Data
power.
item selected 3 of 3. Name secondary ground power row 3.
Secondary ground power.
Data item selected 2 of 3. Select control button, carrot return. Checklist editor. Untitled star window. Item properties grouping. ID. Edit read only D item 50. Subject. Edit S primary ground. Expectation. Combo box on collapse D. Control. Edit read only C toggle primary ground power. Browse controls. Checklist structure tree view. Level 1 test checklist expanded 1 of 1. Level 2 pre-flight expanded 1 of 1. Level 3 electrical. Level 4 battery on 1 of 2. Primary ground power on 2 of 2. Level 4.
Primary ground
Level
power.
3 electrical power up expanded 1 of 1.
All right, I'm
item
going to add
properties
this
grouping.
secondary.
Subject. Edit S new item. Control picker. PMDG 777 dialog. OUNDPOWER. Clear. Available controls. Data item selected 3 of 3. Name secondary ground power. Select control button, carrot return. Checklist editor. Untitled stop. Control. Edit read. Expectation. Combo box on collapse D.
It's supposed to be
on.
on.
Route checklist structure tree view. Level 1, level 2, level 3 electrical power up expanded 1 of 1. Level 4 battery on 1. Primary ground power. Secondary ground power.
All right. Now,
level 3 electrical power up. Level 3 electrical power up expanded 1. Level 4 primary ground power.
Didn't want secondary ground power to be last, so in this tree view we can highlight secondary ground power
on 3 of 3 level 4.
Right there. And we can press Control
item
up
move
arrow.
To position 2 of 3. Secondary ground power on 2 of 3 level 4.
And now it's before
primary ground power on 3 of 3 level 4.
And that will show up like that in the clipboard.
Secondary ground.
So let's move this.
Item move to position 3 of 3. Secondary ground power on 3 of 3 level 4.
Control down arrow.
Back level.
All right. Now another thing to
file
note
collapse alt plus F1 of 4
is this clipboard
edit
editor
collapse alt
or
file edit
checklist
view
editor
collapse alt plus V3 of 4 help collapse alt plus H4 of 4 file collapse alt plus F1 of 4
all menu driven
edit
as well.
Expanded. Add phase P1 of 5. Add page G2 of 5. Add item I3 of 5. Delete selected D4 of 5. Validate checklist structure V5 of 5. Add phase P1 of 5. Edit file expanded. New checklist N1 of 5. Open checklist O2 of 5. Save checklist S3 of 5. Save checklist as A4 of 5. Exit editor X5 of 5. New checklist N. Add phase. Toggle focus between tree view. View collapse alt plus V3 of 4. Checklist structure. File edit collapse. File expanded. New checklist N1 of 5.
Whoops.
Checklist structure tree view. File collapse edit view collapse expanded. Toggle focus between tree view and edit form F1 of 1. View collapse alt plus V3 of 4. Checklist structure tree view.
So now
test checklist level 2.
Let's save this with Control S.
Save as dialog. File name. Combo box collapsed. Edit alt plus N selected test checklist.
Yep. We want to call it test checklist.
Item view list. Name split but PMDG 777 default not selected
and
1 of 1.
It's in the right save
name,
folder.
Toolbar. Hide folders button. Save button alt plus S.
So
Pressed.
we'll press
save complete dialog. OK button.
Save
press
complete.
Checklist editor. Test
Press
checklist
OK.
window. Checklist structure. Talking flight monitor window.
F4. Now,
TFM collapsed
we
alt plus
can
T1
go
of 6. PFD 1 of 13.
into aircraft.
Com radios tab control.
Whoops,
Com
I did
view
that
closed.
again.
Talking.
Dang it.
TFM collapsed alt plus
We
T1
can
of
go to
6.
TFM menu,
PFD 1 of 13.
go to aircraft.
Checklist phases and pages preview. Level 1 pre-flight. A gate. Collapsed 1 of 9. Pre-flight. Taxi out. 2 pages pre.
Alright, so this is loaded. This is the default PMDG checklist.
Select
So if I
checklist
press
combo box
F2,
PMDG 777 default. Test checklist. PMDG
there's my
777.
test
Pre-flight. 1
checklist.
pages. 3 items. Select a page. Checklist phases
I
and
can
pages
press
preview.
F3.
Pre-flight collapsed 1 of 1 level 1.
Alright, there's my phase that I created.
Expanded.
I expand
Electrical
it.
power up. 3 items. Level 2 electrical power up 1 of 1.
Alright, there is my page that I created. So let's press
Checklist
F4.
items data grid. Incomplete. Battery. Current state. Off.
Alright.
Item battery item column 2. Stat.
Here's the battery. It says it's incomplete.
Item battery. Expected state unexpected state current state off current state column 4.
Expected state and current state don't match. It's off, but it's expected to be on. So let's press spacebar on it.
Battery on. Left generator off. Right generator off. Battery complete.
Battery is
item
on.
Battery item expected state unexpected state column 3.
Expected state is on.
Current state column 4.
Current state is on. All right, let's do this with
incomplete. Primary ground power.
primary
Current state.
ground power.
Current state off. Current state column. Expected state unexpected state column 3.
Expected
current
state
state off.
on.
Current state column 4. Expected
Off.
incomplete. Secondary ground power. Current state off. Current state expected state unexpected
Same
state column 3.
with the secondary. So
incomplete.
we're going
Primary
to
ground power.
turn these on.
Primary ground power on. Primary ground power unavailable. Cabin utility off. IF off. Left backup generator off. Right backup. Incomplete. Secondary ground power. Secondary ground power. Not executed. Secondary ground power on. Secondary ground power unavailable. Secondary ground power. Complete. Complete. Primary. Complete. Secondary. Complete. Battery. Current state. On data.
And
complete.
our
Primary.
checklist
Complete.
is complete.
Items. Expected state. Unexpected state. Current state on current state column 4.
And that's how this checklist editor works. If you don't want auto check, so for an example,
View closed.
we
Talking
can
flight
close
monitor
that.
window. TFM collapsed alt
come
plus T.
back.
PFD 1 of 30. Checklist phases and pages preview. Expand elect. Pre-flight. 1 pages. 3 items. Select a page to view checklist. Electrical power up. 3 items. Checklist item
And
state.
we
Item
can-
battery. Expected. Current state on. Expected state on. Expected state column
For the
3.
battery, expected state is
Current
on.
state on. Current state column 4.
Current state is on. In fact,
Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024.
we can actually
TFM.
close
Release.
TFM.
36 of 40.
Restart it.
GSM. Talking flight monitor window. Expand. Choose aircraft. Expand. 777.
Let's choose
Talking flight monitor window.
77.
TFM collapsed alt plus.
Let's go
PFD 1 of
back to the
checklist phases
clipboard.
and pages preview. Expanded electrical power up. 3 items. Level. Checklist items data grid. Complete. Battery. Current state. Item expected state unexpected state column 3. Current state on current
And
state
they
column
match.
4. Expect complete. Primary ground power. Current state on current state column 4. Expect complete. Secondary ground power. Current state. On data items. Current state on current state column 4. Secondary ground power off. Secondary ground power available. Secondary ground power. Complete. Primary ground power off.
All right.
Complete. Battery off. Right backup generator on.
And that is the checklist editor in the clipboard.
TFM Talking Flight Monitor.
Oops.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 20. TFM release.
All right, so if you like what you see in here, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure your notifications are turned on so you get updates as we publish them. And again, thanks for watching, and we shall
Desktop
see
2.
you in the next video.
Stop recording.